We are back out for our really first sail this year. It's been a while since we brought the boat home. The weather has been awful, icy cold, and even though it's been promised nice weather a few times, it hasn't really materialized. So this is the first promising weekend. So now we are off and we're gonna find an anchorage tonight and perhaps stay there all day tomorrow, and I can do some boat projects because I have a few that's not completely done yet. So I'm just gliding along here and I'll shoot some video along the way. So finally we have gotten some wind. We have been spending about an hour, perhaps a bit more, with absolutely nothing. The wind died down and disappeared for a little bit, then it came back and we had some leisurely sailing for a bit, and then the wind completely died. So we were just drifting. I was struggling to keep the bow in the right direction, and also there is the tide is rising, and that creates a bit of a current flowing in the fjord, but that's not much, but it was enough to make it tricky. But now we are sailing. We are doing good speed. We are doing about 7 knots across the fjord now. Crossing Bjørnafjorden, and we're gonna anchor at an island on the other side. So I'm just gonna monitor the situation. Perhaps I'll need to reef out in the open stretch. We'll see how it goes. But right now the sailing is perfect. I'll let you have a look around. We are going in a cut in between some islands in front of us, but there is a bit of time until we get there. However, I'm putting the course a little bit higher than necessary, just to be able to give off course if I need to. If you go up on that, behind that headland, you are heading towards Bergen, and this area in front of us here is Os. This is the fjord that we have come out of. So yeah, we've been struggling a bit in here, but that's not the first time. So I'll just continue monitoring the situation across. I don't think I'm going to need to reef, but perhaps I'll give you an update when we have reached the other side. We have had good winds all across this fjord now. Now the wind is starting to wear again, and I can give off course or give off height to the wind. So we're just gonna race down in this cut. That's gonna be good. So I'll give you an update when we are in the sound between these islands. And this is what it looks like. This is towards Bergen. Os is all the way back here. Just a beautiful sailboat. And this is Våge. So I'm going to alter my course now because there's a fish farm in front of me and I need to pass on the other side of it. So I need to do some tweaking. Well, I needed to dodge this fish farm. So I could almost have gone on the other side, but yeah, I think the wind would be shifty around those islands on the other side. So I decided to fall off and round on the bottom end of it. So here's that beautiful wooden boat. is probably going to vogue over here, I guess. Who knows? But the sailing is good. And we are heading in this sound now. Flat waters, good wind, just plowing the sea at 7.1 knots. So that is amazing. Looks kind of nice, doesn't it? We have come down this sound. There's been little wind, but we had dinner and coffee and so on, and sailed down here. Dropped the main before I had dinner because there was this much wind, so the foresail didn't do any good. And now we're just gliding in between these islands in 0 point something knots and enjoying the evening. People out fishing around these rocks, and our anchorage, where I'm planning to anchor, is right in here, or perhaps in a cut this way. So we'll see. I'll drift in there and we will see what we find. And if that doesn't work out, I have 2 other spots picked out that I could anchor in. So we'll see what happens. I'll if it's not too dark, I'll give you an update when the anchor is down. This must be the best anchorage in the world. This is really well protected. Really nice in here. Quiet. Absolutely nothing. Fantastic. I'm gonna square up the boat now and call it a night. I guess it is about 11 in the evening. Not too bad. This anchorage has been a magnificent place. Tonight was no wind at all, and yeah, it's been perfect. But I thought it was going to be completely quiet in here today because I was planning on doing some sewing on the enclosure. But as you probably can hear, it is a bit windy, and the wind is coming from the wrong direction, so it catches in here somehow. So now we are just gonna pick up the anchor and just drive around this peninsula here and head to a bay that's right over there. We've been there before. That bay is called Erbergsvågen. So we're just gonna have a snoop in there and see if there is less wind there. If so, we're going to stay there until tomorrow. If not, perhaps we just drive back and drop the anchor again. We were planning on paddling here, but when it's this windy, it's not that cozy. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. So we are just leaving the next anchorage. We came yesterday. It was less windy here, so we decided to stay here and enjoy the day and went for a paddle and so on. It was really nice. So today is Sunday. It's time to head home, and I've just upped the anchor and we are motoring towards the cut out of here. The place is called Ersværvågen. We've been here once before on video, and one time with no video. So this is the third time we visit this place. It is an incredibly sheltered anchorage. The other anchorage was also sheltered, but somehow the wind came in and it was quite cold wind, so that's why we swapped anchorage. So full sails are up. It was little wind when we got out, so I kept the motor on for a little bit to see how it settled in, but now it seems to be rather steady, so I'm trying to take my way up here. I'm going to go on the inside of a fish farm, and out in front between that and some islands on the other side is the plan. Hope it doesn't get too fluky in there, but I think it's going to work out. That's going to put me in a rather okay direction for heading home. We'll see how it plays out. You never know. The wind angle that we are sailing in now is not really the correct angle that's forecasted, so that could change as we get further out as well, and that could create some troubles, but we will try. So here is the fish farm. They are doing some work here. You can see there is boat craning up stuff and other stuff going on, so we need to be aware of their movements. And this is the island of Rekstad, which is a rather big island. And we came from a little bit further down here. I needed to tack over before I reached the fish farm, so we didn't go around it anyway. And right over here is a new fish farm, and we are now taking across. I'm considering, depending on if I can make the angle, there is a sailboat ahead of us now, and the island behind him is the island that I shot the video while sailing off the anchor. I might go in between the cut where that sailboat is now, if the wind angle veers over just a little bit. If not, I will have to make a tack and assume the course that he is heading now and go back up this way. Either way, it's no problem. I will need to make a tack anyway, so yeah, we'll see what the wind does when we get a little bit further out, because it is going to change. It's going to come more northerly, not so much northeast as it is now. It should be northwest actually, so we'll see what happens. So this is the cut where I was hoping to get height enough to get through. You can see the wind has clocked over quite a bit, and we are now passing on the right side of both of the islands, and I might not need to tack at all. So I'm just saying that was really lucky, because yeah, I'm happy about that. So now it's just to let the wind carry us across Bjørnafjorden. I've gotten across Bjørnafjorden. The speed has diminished now, the later 15 minutes, because the wind is dropping, but we have had much more wind than I had dared to hope for today, so yeah, it's all good. We're just still gliding along about 4 knots, I guess, 4.6, and the weather is beautiful, so we're just gonna soak it up and enjoy this and head on the rest of the way home. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys next time.